as the best window company 2 years in a row.
There was a lady that drove on the other side of the road.
Okay.
She looks like she was passed out and went over to the curb.
Newly released 911 calls revealing the moments before what investigators are calling a murder-suicide. And this you see behind me is that scene after 2 people were found with gunshot wounds on I-70 near the Indiana state line. The 911 caller says the vehicle driving the wrong way, crossing back into Ohio.
Now, that car was later found in a ditch near the US 35 on-ramp. We do know tonight the 2 people inside that vehicle have been identified as 31-year-olds Alicia Roundtree and Robert Wilson III. The Preble County Sheriff's Office is calling this a murder-suicide, but that incident remains under investigation tonight.
Also, a woman is recovering in the hospital tonight after being hit with a golf cart. Darke County Sheriff's Office says it happened just before 3 this afternoon at the Speedy Campground. The owner of the golf cart says he was standing next to it when it rolled away, hitting 68-year-old Jill Kuntz. Now, Kuntz was care flighted to Miami Valley Hospital. Investigation now underway into what happened.
A bill moving through the Ohio State House would put criminal liability on certain teachers and librarians who pander obscenity. Now, the bill doesn't define what is obscene, which is worrying educators. Chelsea Sick breaks down that bill and talks to those for and against.
Ohio House Bill 556 would allow teachers and librarians to be charged with pandering obscenity, a 5th-degree felony. The 6-page bill does not go into specifics about what is obscene, so some educators worry this is just an expansion of book bans. Any K-12 public or private school librarian could be impacted by this. It would also apply to any teacher except those teaching health or biology. Also exempt from the law would be any material presented for a medical, scientific, governmental, or judicial reason. Melissa Cropper is a former librarian and president of the Ohio Federation of Teachers. She says teachers and librarians are trained on what's appropriate for children based on their age group. And they're going to do everything they can to stop this bill.
We're concerned that there will be questions raised about books that depict LGBTQ plus situations, or books that maybe deal with typical day-to-day types of sexual situations that students might find themselves in. So day-to-day life type situations are not obscene.
I took her concerns to bill sponsor, local state rep Adam Matthews.
The reason we don't have to redefine obscenity in this bill is because the Ohio Revised Code already defines obscenity as extreme depictions of violence or brutality or other things that children and general population doesn't need to see on a daily basis.
Matthews introduced this bill in May. It's since been referred to the Criminal Justice Committee. In Lebanon, I'm Chelsea Sick. Back to you.
All right, let's give you a live look on this beautiful Friday evening from our Eco Plumber Skycam. A little windy, but it is nice out. Let's check in with Tim, who's in for Natalie.
Yeah, definitely a nice evening out here on the Watson's Weather Patio. A little bit of a breeze, like Adam said, beautiful conditions and relatively mild for this time of year as well. Temperatures across the region right now sitting in the mid to upper 70s. So 77 right now as you head down towards Dayton and Wilmington as well out towards Richmond. A lot of us sitting in those upper 70s. Now compared to this time yesterday, we're a couple degrees cooler, so not much of a huge significant difference, and we're going to continue to see these cooler temperatures over the next couple of days, especially as we head into Sunday and Monday. But a warm up is on the horizon by late week next week.
80 years after Army Rangers scaled the seaside cliffs of Pointe du Hoc in the D-Day invasion, President Biden stands in the very same spot, calling on Americans to keep defending democracy like those Rangers once did. The location already symbolic after President Ronald Reagan honored the boys of Pointe du Hoc in 1984. Now, at the time, Reagan drew parallels between Nazi Germany's tyranny and the Cold War struggle against the Soviet Union. Today, Biden drawing those same parallels amid 2 grueling wars, one in Europe and another in the Middle East.
Because of them, the war turned. They stood against Hitler's aggression. Does anyone doubt that they would want America to stand up against Putin's aggression here in Europe today? They stormed the beaches alongside our allies. Does anyone believe these Rangers would want America to go it alone today?
During his speech, Biden also paid tribute to veteran Private First Class John Wardell, who landed at Pointe du Hoc following D-Day.
The prosecution has now rested its case in the federal gun trial against Hunter Biden, the president's son accused of lying on a federal gun purchase form. Prosecutors say he was on drugs at the time and he lied saying he wasn't. Prosecutors called Hunter Biden's ex-wife and a former girlfriend to testify that his drug use was habitual. Hunter's pleading not guilty and is expected to be called to testify by his defense.
Tonight, 3 local students will now attend U.S. service academies after Congressman Mike Turner appointed them. 5 total were appointed, but only 3 could attend today's ceremony. Connor Miltenberger will attend the U.S. Navy Academy and study operations research. Kate Drabenstadt will attend the U.S. Military Academy and major in chemistry. Benjamin Rodriguez will go to Northwestern Prep School to join Special Forces in the Air Force.
One big motivator for me was my dad was in the military, so that was a huge motivator. And then also just I love being able to serve our country, and seeing people do that has been really motivating for me.
The biggest challenge was like getting in the mindset that I actually can do this, and that it's a possible future for me.
I love the people who serve. They have a passion for what they do for defending the country, and just the kind of traits, character qualities they display. I wanted to hold myself to that high standard, so that's kind of where I got the idea of attending the Service Academy, because I know they'll instill in me those kind of qualities.
Turner says there's nothing more honorable and noble than someone stepping forward to fight for their country.
Tonight, legalized marijuana sales are one step closer in Ohio. The state has just started accepting applications from dispensaries. So when will sales start? Mike McCarthy has the answer.
The Department of Commerce began accepting applications for recreational marijuana sales today. Only the existing 126 medical marijuana dispensaries in Ohio can apply. Under the marijuana law voters approved, licenses must be issued by September 7th, as long as all security, staffing, and more requirements are met. But it is looking like this all may happen sooner. The state will review applications in the order they're received, and a Department of Commerce spokesperson said dispensaries that have everything ready can expect a much quicker turnaround over the summer. A dispensary in Cincinnati says sales could be days away, and staff at the Landing dispensary in Franklinton and Columbus say they've been getting ready.
We have extended our staff. We have implemented a new training program to teach all of our new hires that are coming in. We have doubled our staff quite a bit, and we're just making sure we're completely ready.
Ultimately, once the state approves a license, it is up to the individual dispensary to decide when sales start. We'll be watching as all this rolls out.
Dayton Children's Hospital recently welcoming some new staff members to its halls. The only difference is that these guys are walking the halls on 4 legs. Eli Burgett joining us now live. So walk us through what's going on there, Eli.
Well, Dayton Children's recently partnered with the nonprofit organization For Ability to bring 3 new service dogs to assist patients with disabilities, placing over 120 service dogs annually. 4 Paws is committed to lifting the spirits of those in medical need.
Primarily, they're best friends. Yeah. So a lot of the people that come here for a service dog have trouble kind of making those social connections that a lot of people kind of take for granted. So they offer a nice social bridge.
Primarily focused on children with disabilities, 4 Paws for Ability has been utilizing both staff members and volunteers to bring smiles to the faces of patients since 1998. When patients struggle with socializing or even small physical tasks, these so-called canine co-pilots step in to show some support. If you'd like to volunteer and help make a difference in the life of a patient, you can go to 4pawsforability.org/volunteer to find out how you can get involved. Back to you.
Well, the newest Ohio State Park has officially opened to the public, and the best part, it's right here in the Miami Valley. Governor Mike DeWine joined the Ohio Department of Natural Resources this morning to open Great Council State Park in Xenia. The park features a 12,000 square foot interpretive center, native plant prairie, and a walking trail.
I think this park means a lot about understanding Ohio's history. So this is an entire park really dedicated to understanding the Shawnee who lived here in one of the largest Shawnee settlements back in the late 1700s, as well as understanding how they interacted with the frontiersmen and the pioneers. And it's an opportunity to appreciate that past.
This is Ohio's 76th state park.
Well, tonight is First Friday, and it's happening right now in downtown Dayton. It is the first summer celebration edition. Gwyneth Falloon is live for us tonight. Gwen, show us what's going on there.
Well, things are just getting started here in the Oregon District, but as Tim mentioned just a few minutes ago, it is just absolutely a beautiful night to spend outside, enjoying the nice weather, shopping, exploring the different shops, bars, and restaurants they have to offer throughout the city. Let me show you kind of what's going on here. The streets are slowly filling up. I'm not sure if you can hear, but there's actually some live music playing right now, as well as some other live entertainment. Local artists are also out showcasing their work. Many of the businesses here have some special happy hour specials and other select menu items. One of the restaurants here has actually set up some additional outdoor seating here in the middle of the road since that road is closed. Now, the downtown DORA is also in effect until midnight, which allows those over 21 to walk around with an alcoholic drink in their hand. I've seen a number of people partaking in that, but keep in mind, First Friday, it only happens once a month. So if you miss out on tonight's fun, you're gonna have to wait another 4 weeks until the next one. But tonight's fun, it doesn't end until about 10 o'clock tonight, so there's still plenty of time to come out, enjoy the nice weather, and see what kinds of things you guys could do down here. Back to you.
One last football game for graduated high school seniors before they move on to their next chapters. Matt Digby will be live from Centerville with a preview.
Also, we're at the halfway point of the Memorial Tournament. A look at what we can expect ahead of this weekend's plays.
And coming up, we'll talk about what you can expect this weekend and how long this nice weather sticks around. You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
spirits. Submarine House.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
Just how hot is it in Phoenix and many other western cities? It's so hot, even a thirsty squirrel will happily take water from a generous hiker. Look carefully at this shot and you can see the water spouts offshore at Panama Beach, Florida. But it's not hard to find the cloud-to-sky lightning as well as the rain yesterday in Amarillo, Texas.
Want to see your weather photos and videos on TV? Click Chime In on this station's website to share.
The new high school football season doesn't actually start for several more months, but there's an all-star game in Centerville beginning in less than an hour from now, and that's where we find Matt Digby live in Centerville. So Matt, this is a chance for the newest class of the graduated seniors to play just one more high school game before moving on to the next chapters of their lives.
Yeah, Lisa, and it's only the second year this type of event has occurred here in Southwest Ohio, a matchup of seniors from the Miami Valley, so our area, Dayton area schools. Their seniors have a chance to play an exhibition game against a team from Southwest Ohio. That's more Cincinnati and inside the loop. That is I-275. And again, just the second year this event will take place. And there are multiple schools, counties, and conferences from our area that are represented on Team Dayton this year. Some schools, in fact, have multiple players. Tippecanoe, in fact, has around 3 or 4 players suiting up for the Miami Valley team. Bell Fountain has multiple players. Springfield Shawnee has multiple players. Red Devils head coach Matt Bergbacher is the Team Dayton head coach tonight. Now, some schools only have one representative. I spoke last night with Butler quarterback Luke Seibert. He is the only aviator on the team for 2024, but he's excited. And meanwhile, the Miami Valley team trying to start a winning streak. They did win the first edition last year over in Princeton. A chance to go 2-0 tonight in 2024. Well, earlier today in Kettering, Fairmont High School graduate Maddie Westbeld hosting a basketball clinic for the second time. The current Notre Dame standout helping basketball players of many ages from fundamentals to holding impromptu games. And there was also a time where participants got to learn about financial literacy, about how they can set themselves up for success now and not having to wait until a later date. Westbeld said she is thankful to be able to give back to her home community in 2024.
Last year was a big success. This year is even more so. And so it's amazing to see a gym full of kids getting better every day. I'm really excited to be able to continue to grow it. That's the biggest goal for everything, of course, to bring the community together, just to keep the growth going. We're given these facilities and these privileges to be able to be financially free. And so being able to be smart with that is really, really important and something that I want to be able to provide and give to the next generation.
And the fact that this will be Maddie's final season of college eligibility. She has plans to play professionally around this time next year. So she is optimistic, though, that she'll be able to continue this clinic in the Miami Valley for a 3rd, 4th, and 5th year and keep that continuing and not just have it be the instance last year and this year and not have it be a 2-year type of deal. Meanwhile, we're getting ready for the second edition of an all-star game between Miami Valley football all-stars and Cincinnati area all-stars. Our coverage of that game coming up tonight at 10 and 11, live in Centerville. I'm Matt Digby.
Well, we are at the halfway point in this year's Memorial Tournament. Dave Holmes out on the green with a look at what we've seen so far and what's next.
Hello from Muirfield Village Golf Club. We are at the halfway point now here at the Memorial Tournament. Beautiful day again here in Dublin, Ohio, but a lot windier. So we saw some higher scores, especially for the players this afternoon. But so far, the world #1 golfer, Scottie Scheffler, has managed the win just nicely. He's been near the top of the leaderboard all afternoon. We've seen some other good players, though, still in the hunt. Victor Hovland, the defending champion. Xander Schauffele, also right there, just a few shots back. So we're looking forward to the weekend. A limited cut at this elevated event. They're going to take the top 50 players and ties to move on tomorrow to the weekend, and we'll move on with them and keep you posted throughout the weekend as we get closer to crowning a Memorial Tournament champion. At Muirfield Village Golf Club, I'm Dave Holmes.
Well, weather here in the Miami Valley, back here in the Miami Valley. Are we in the Miami Valley? I think we are. Anyway, beautiful though where Matt Digby is right now.
I mean, it's beautiful outside
it
too.
Really
when I
is.
was out there. Nice little breeze, plenty of sunshine. It's temperatures in the mid-70s, and a lot of that for some high pressure. You can see we had some fair weather cumulus clouds across the region earlier today. Those have since kind of fizzled out and headed off to our east, and you can see that high pressure right there. Big and beautiful and keeping things nice across much of the south, and going to keep things nice here for the next several days. So let's look at our next weather maker. Starting off pretty clear as we head into your Saturday, mostly sunny conditions, but we'll see increasing clouds throughout the day. And as we head towards the afternoon hours, most of us look to stay dry. There is a very small chance of a spotty shower or two, but I'm thinking most of it waits till the overnight hours. You can kind of see that right here as this boundary moves through around 2 to 3 in the morning. We could hear a rumble of thunder, maybe a brief downpour or two, but that gets out of here by the morning on Sunday. So you're looking at 7 a.m. A mix of clouds and sun, but clearing through the rest of the day with mostly sunny conditions. And similar to today, you can see those fair weather cumulus clouds as we have that northwesterly wind blowing down from Canada. So 6 p.m. looking pretty nice, and it stays pretty nice as we head into the early Monday morning, but it looks like some cloud cover builds into the region as we start the day on Monday. So temperatures are going to be pretty cool that day as well. But here is that weekend forecast for Patio Covers Ohio. You can see Saturday starting off pretty nice, and those clouds again slowly building in throughout the afternoon, and temperatures staying relatively below average. Our average right now is 81, so it's not too far off. But as we head towards Sunday, much of the same temperatures right around 80 degrees, just above or just below.
Well, when kids are fed, they are fueled to thrive. But for many kids that rely on schools for their meals, summer can be challenging. Dayton 24/7 Now is partnering with Feeding America for Sinclair Care's Summer Hunger Relief. Scan the QR code right there on your screen to help provide meals for children and families in the Miami Valley.
Well, summer is here, which means kids are home looking for something to do always. Coming up, we got to look at something family friendly and free.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 Now.
Game 1, Saturday on ABC.
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
School's out for summer, and if you're like me, you're looking for something fun to do with the kiddos, right? Head on down to the Neon for their Family Summer Fun Festival. Tej Joshi stopped by earlier today for a preview of what they have coming to the big screen.
If you are looking for a way to have some free family fun this summer here in the Dayton area, I've got good news for you, because the Neon Theater, where I am standing right now, is having all sorts of free family fun all summer long. So if you take a look over here, I want to show you one of the flyers they have here in their lobby area. This is the Family Summer Film Festival, which actually starts tomorrow and goes for 6 weeks long. This is a partnership between the Neon and so many other partner organizations. Tomorrow is going to be a free showing of several episodes of Daniel Tiger. And it's going to be an interactive thing starting at 10:30 in the morning. That's when the doors open. And of course, it's first come, first serve. It's free, but kids get books. Kids get to do fun games on the patio. And it's often geared for kids who've never been to a theater before. This would be their first opportunity to go into a theater and see what they can enjoy. Now, if you take a look back at this goes on for 6 weeks. Next week will be a Sesame Street theme. The week after that will be Curious George. I mean, as you go through this series, it's actually more geared for older kids as well. Of course, you can go to the Neon's website for more details about this entire series, but it's free and geared towards kids. Plus, you can also learn about other showings they're doing through the summer. Back